Hi, good afternoon, it's Gail, and today we're going to do another card, and this is the Z fold card that we're going to do today. There's quite a few different ways of doing these, so today I'm going to show you how to make this one. So it's got a clock face on the front and it's got some cogs on the side, so it's quite male orientated. So we'll start by making this. So you need an A4 sheet of card. You need to fold this in half. So fold over your card. I have what they call a scoring board, and it sort of measures it out for me, which is cheating. But you can just fold it over in half and make sure that you get a good clean edge. And the way that you can do that, if you haven't got the scoring board, is just to get a ruler and just press down. I don't know if you can see me doing this. Just press down on the edge so that it gives you a nice clean edge, so it becomes quite sharp and you get a lovely clean edge. Then what you're going to do is you need to cut this card so that it's measuring 15 centimetres by 15 centimetres, so it's going to be square. So you can measure the 15 centimetres by 15 centimetres and then you're going to cut it. I have a guillotine, but you can cut it with a piece of with your scissors. Just make sure that they're quite sharp. Then what you're going to do, now we've got the square, this front piece, so it's the front of your card that opens up. We're going to fold it back so that it creates a fold, the Z fold. So what you do is, that's your front of your card. We're now going to fold it. So fold the card inside out, because I've got like a speckled card. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to fold it inside out so that the speckled becomes the front of the card. You'll get my meaning in a minute. And then this top piece, which is your open piece, we're going to fold it in half again. So you're going to fold it back on itself. So we'll fold that over like that. Press it down with your finger and then go over with the ruler just to get your nice clean edge if you haven't got a scoreboard. So now we've got the Z fold and you've got the nice card, which is the hammered effect on the front. So we've got the Z fold there. So now we're going to decorate this card. So what I've done is I've got some pieces of card so that it gives the fancy background. So I've chosen a check card because it's for a man. So I've got the grey and the white, so it's more like a monochrome effect. So I've cut a piece 14 by 14 centimetres because that piece we're going to stick on the inside, and we're going to do that with double-sided tape. So on the wrong side of this fancy piece of card, on the wrong side, we're going to stick some of the double-sided tape. And just peel the backing off using the tweezers because it's easier. So we've peeled that off. So now we've got us double-sided tape and we're going to put it onto the square piece of card, just hovering over the top until you line it up. When you think you've got it pretty straight, just press it down. So now we've got the fancy piece on the inside. Now we're going to cover this piece. So this piece of card, again fancy card, this one is 14 centimetres by 6 centimetres, sorry, 6.5 centimetres. So that will just fit on there. So we'll line it up at the top there and line it up at the bottom, just leaving a bit of a frame around the outside so it matches up with this side. Again, double-sided tape on the wrong side. And remove it with the tweezers. And then you can stick it onto the front of that little piece, lining it up so that it matches with your other piece of card. So it looks like a square. Matches up perfectly, like that. Now what we're going to do is, we have a piece of card here which is 8 centimetres by 8 centimetres, and we have another piece of card which is, I think, is it 7 centimetres? Sorry, no, got that wrong. This one's 9 centimetres by 9 centimetres, the plain white card. And this fancy card is 8 centimetres by 8 centimetres. And we're going to stick the fancy card onto this piece of card. So again, with your double-sided tape, stick it onto the wrong side of the fancy card and peel it off with your tweezers. Again, line it up so that you've got a nice white frame which is square around the outside. So now we have the piece of card that's covered. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to get our card and we're going to fasten this piece onto there. But we're going to make it so that it's square and it's in the middle of the card. So what you need to do is put some double-sided tape along the edge that's going onto the card there. So if you're looking at the card, it's going on your left hand side edge, just down here. And then put a bit of tape down this card on this bit here. You're going to put some down there, right on the edge, in the centre. No longer than the card that you've cut. Take the backing off. And then lining this up so that it's centred. So you've got your piece of sticky tape on there and you've got your piece of sticky tape on there. So we're going to line this up so that it's central. And then we're going to stick it down. Looks okay to me. So then we have a card that opens up like that. So there's your Z fold, and this is what's going to open your card so that you can look inside. So now we're going to put the design on the front, and I've chosen the clock face, and then I'm going to put some of the cogs on as well. So the clock face goes onto the square, so we get us clear PVA glue, and on the wrong side of the clock just dab some PVA glue be careful not to put too much on, so that when you press it down onto the card it bleeds out, otherwise you're going to have some seeping glue. It is clear, so it should dry clear onto the card, but yeah, it sometimes does show. So then find 12 o'clock, so that's going at the top, and then you can put that on to the card, press it down, so you've got your clock face in the centre there. Then you can put the hands on. Now what I do with these, I get some double-sided tape, just a tiny little piece, and I just stick it on the end. So I'll do the big hand first. Whoops, dropped it on the floor. So I've got the big hand. I'm just going to put the blob of double-sided tape on there, and then peel it off like that. And line that up and stick it on. And again do the same with the smaller hand. Very relaxing doing this. I always do it with no music, no nothing, just in my own little world. And drift away in the world of designing. So there we have our hands on the clock face. So now we can decorate the side, which is the inside of the card. So we're going to put some cogs on, like this one. So you can do any design you want. So I just sort of mess about with them on the table first, and then when I've got them how I want them to look on the table, then I transfer them onto the card. So again, using the PVA glue. I don't know if you can hear the seagulls in the background, but they're being quite noisy today. And then we can start the design with the cogs. Any random design, it doesn't matter. Just sticking them on as we go. I try to make the cogs close together so that it looks like they're actually working, or they could be working if it was in a factory, I suppose. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm getting them so that they're quite close together, and the little notches are all sort of interlocking with one another, so that it could possibly work if it was real. You could put anything on, really. I'm only doing the cog one because I had some spare and already cut out, but I'll show you some other ones, the Z fold ones, because they're quite easy to do once you get the hang of it, and as long as you keep doing it, it stays there a little bit longer. Once you stop doing it, then you're back to square one, learning yourself how to do it. But yeah, that's all the fun of it. There we go, that's the last one. So we have a lovely Z folded card, which is, whoops, yeah, so there you go. So thank you for watching how to make the Z fold. I will be making another one for more of a female card next, and I shall put everything that you need onto the YouTube site. So thank you for watching. Bye.